Welcome back, you're watching Morning Live. I'm very excited to introduce our next guest. She has been titled one of the top 50 global shapers by the World Economic Forum in Business and Entrepreneurship. Matsi Modise was invited to speak at the World Economic Forum on the Fourth Industrial Revolution in Davos, Switzerland. She is the MD of SiMODiSA, which is an organization that helps start-up companies in South Africa. A very good morning and welcome to Morning Live.
Wonderful, thanks for having me, and I'm glad I'm back in the sunshine.
So it was a little bit cold there, but to be actually named by the World Economic Forum as a top 50 global shaper, that means something. Tell us what that means for you.
For me, it's a milestone. I feel it's a reflection of the work that I'm doing in our country to represent the youth and our ability as young South Africans to really excel on a global platform. We have a lot of potential. It's not just me that is capable. I think there's a lot of unearthed potential from young people. So it's a great privilege to have been able to be at that particular platform to represent South Africa and South Africa's talent.
How did it actually come about?
Well, I'm part of the World Economic Forum Global Shapers community from the Soweto Hub. I'm the founding curator of the Soweto Hub, and it's a huge community globally, and it's about 5,000 young people. We had to apply to be representing the top 50, so I applied, and they felt that I'm a good reflection of the young community within the World Economic Forum. So it was a great privilege. It just shows that the work that I'm doing in terms of entrepreneurship and encouraging young people, it really does pay off.
Explain a little bit to us what SiMODiSA does, because it's a catalyst for a lot of the startups.
SiMODiSA, it's an industry association for entrepreneurs by entrepreneurs. With our respective partners, we are building and collaborating South Africa's entrepreneurship ecosystem. Essentially, we do a lot of advocacy with the public and the private sector. We do a lot of policy review and progressive policy recommendations to the government to create an enabling environment for entrepreneurs. We do research, so we publish reports on the startup index, startup scene in South Africa, and also we are promoting the growth of venture capital in South Africa because we feel that people must be funded at a primitive stages of their business life. A lot of money is going into post-revenue ventures. Now we need to seed ideas because that's how a lot of the global startup ecosystems are thriving. People are throwing money at ideas, and these ideas are disrupting industries.
A couple of years ago, it must have been about 3 years ago, globally they called it the Year of the Entrepreneur, but we all understand the importance of entrepreneurship. However, it is certainly not easy. What is the success rate of some of those that you have helped to guide with and through SiMODiSA?
Well, I mean, South Africa does have the unicorns and the gazelles. Those are the high impact, high growth entrepreneurs, and we need more of them. So South Africa needs to create an enabling environment for entrepreneurship to thrive. There are a lot of global examples or South African entrepreneurs that have done very well, that have created industries. So we're not to say that we're doing badly in that regard. However, we can do more. We can do much better. We can create an environment that actually supports entrepreneurs to thrive.
I want to focus in on what happened in Davos. We heard so much about the Fourth Industrial Revolution. Can you just explain what the Fourth Industrial Revolution actually is?
Sure. I was very happy that this was a theme of, the World Economic Forum annual meeting. It's the Fourth Industrial Revolution that's underpinned by technology. Its speed, its scale is how we're not going to change industries, but we're not going to create industries, but we're going to change industries. In South Africa, I feel that, when we talk about the Fourth Industrial Revolution, there's a lot to be done because there are a lot of areas in South Africa whereby some people are still stuck in the First Industrial Revolution. The ability to move from one place to another, it's still a challenge. Some people don't have electricity. So the First Industrial Revolution was about locomotives. The second one was about electrification. The third one was about the internet. And now the fourth one is about technology. So how do South Africans move forward? How do we leapfrog, and how I don't want us to play catch up to the rest of the world in terms of technological advancement. It's a function of how do we actually lead this fourth industrial revolution. So essentially my message at the World Economic Forum is that young Africans are not going to leapfrog or play catch up with the rest of the world. They're actually going to lead this industrial revolution. And as the continent, as South Africa, we have to create an enabling environment. Hence the work that I do at SiMODiSA, it's about creating entrepreneurs, promoting entrepreneurship, celebrating those technological entrepreneurs that we have, and creating an enabling environment by working with the government and the private sector.
All right, certainly very, very important work that you are doing, and I suppose that a part of what SiMODiSA does will also be to mobilize communities to be able to speak to government to get that infrastructure that you need to in order to enable all these wonderful ideas to actually happen. Thank you very much. That's Matsi Modise. She is she's the MD of SiMODiSA. She was named by the World Economic Forum as one of the top 50 global shapers. She recently returned from Davos, where she spoke about Africa's role in the fourth industrial revolution and South Africa's role in that. So now to